What's up everybody, welcome back to Toe Game Masters. Today we're going to continue our install on the ISF coilovers with stance parts air cups. First thing you're going to have to do is remove all the carpet around the strut tower, and then there's going to be three 14mm holding the top hat into the strut tower. With that removed, we can move on to the underside of the car. Make sure the car is jacked up and remove the wheels for easier access to the suspension components on the bottom. We actually ended up removing the air cups in the rear due to the fact that the air cups hit the strut tower. Now on the strut, there's going to be two 10mm on the side of the strut tower. I don't show you how to remove this because in a previous video we removed these in order to install the strut spacers. Here you can see that the end links are already removed from the sway bars. We are also going to remove the two 19mm nuts and bolts that are holding the lower control arm onto the knuckle as well as the strut. Alright, so everything from here is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna do everything but backwards. So when we're installing the coilovers, we're gonna put the 14mm nuts back on the top hats, as well as the two 19mm holding the lower control arm to the knuckle and the new coilovers. You'll also notice that off camera I also installed the sway bar end links back onto the low control arm and sway bars. With the rear completed, we're going to go ahead and move on to the front. Off camera I've already removed the front wheel as well as the stock strut and spring setup. This part is pretty self-explanatory. There are three 12mm up top that are holding the top hat on and a 19mm on the bottom. As you can see, I'm struggling to put the coilovers in due to the placement of the external reservoir and the height of the coilovers. So what I've gone ahead and done is tighten up the coilovers so that they are a lot shorter, and then loosening them back up and extending them back out after I get them into the location where they need to mount into the hub. with the coilovers mounted, now I'm readjusting the external reservoir, making sure it doesn't hit any brake lines and or any other suspension components. This will conclude our install of coilovers on this ISF. Stay tuned for additional content on how to wire up and hook up the air suspension components. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.